Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by a contribution from Anonymous, and here's what she wants you to know. And what this is it is a news story out of the UK off of Sky News. Liam Fee, pair guilty of horrific murder. 2-year-old Liam Fee, who was subjected to prolonged abuse, had fetal injuries similar to those seen in car crash victims. A woman and a female partner have been convicted of the horrific killing of her son, then attempting to blame it on a 7-year-old boy. Rachel Trefla, or Fee, 31, and her civil partner, Naomi Fee, 29, subjected 2-year-old Liam Fee to a prolonged period of abuse. They showed little emotion as the two verdicts were returned. While Liam's father, Joseph Johnson, was in tears as he left High Court in Livingston. The toddler was found with more than 30 injuries to his body, the fatal blow being to his abdomen, which ruptured his heart. The court heard that the fatal injuries were similar to those seen in car crash victims. To cover up their crime, the pair convinced the 7-year-old boy in their care that he was the killer. They told him he had strangled Liam and placed his hand inside the dead boy's mouth to ensure DNA transfer, an apparent effort to bolster a forensic case against the child. It was only when the boy was interviewed by police and social workers that they began to realize the evidence against the boy did not stack up. Having begun the interview process believing that he had committed the murder, the boy was reassured he was not, in fact, the killer. For several days before his death in their house in Thornton, Fife, the two women had left Liam, Rachel's son, suffering from a fractured arm and a broken leg. Rather than seek medical treatment, they gave him painkillers, even though they appreciated the severity of his injuries. Analysis of their mobile phones revealed Google searches for "Can you die from a broken hip?" The pair, originally from Wrighton in Newcastle, were also found guilty of ill-treating 2 other 7-year-old boys in their care, including the one they tried to implicate in Liam's death. They tied one of the boys inside a cage and bound the other to a chair in a locked room with cage rats and snakes, warning that their pet boa constrictor might eat him if he was bad. Other abuse included forcing boys to eat dog excrement and stand under cold showers for prolonged periods of time. Detective Superintendent Gary Cunningham of Police Scotland told Sky News, "It has been horrific when you see the abuse that these boys have suffered and the abuse and neglect that caused the death of Liam. It's had a significant impact on everyone in the investigation and the community. Fife Council has announced it will review the efforts of child protection agencies who were alerted to Liam." They knew. This is why I tell you, no matter where it is, child protection agencies are useless. They aren't out to save children. They're out to steal children. On separate occasions, a health visitor and a nursery staff reported concerns about crisis and bruises that he had sustained. You know what? Whoever got it in child services should have been on trial too. Should be criminally negligent homicide at the very least. Douglas Dunlop, vice chair of Fife's Child Protection Committee, told Sky News, "Liam's death is tragic, deeply distressing event that has greatly impacted everyone who was involved." What does that mean? It's important we learn from cases such as Liam. That is why we are undertaking a significant case review, which will examine the full circumstances that led up to his death. Nothing. They're doing nothing is what they're fucking doing, is doing nothing. Much like the video I did about the nonprofits, okay, never doing anything. It's all about government money and acting like they're solving the fucking problem. Here lies the same fucking issue. Here lies the same fucking issue with another government agency. Listen to this. They were notified that this kid, they missed him eating dog shit, broken but over 30 internal injuries over a course of time. They missed all this. And what's there? It's important to learn from such cases as Liam, as why we are undertaking a significant case review. We'll examine the full circumstances that led up to his death. It's bullshit. It's nothing. It's a nothing statement, and they're doing nothing about it. Now, I could say a lot here about these two women who did this. I mean, the picture is the thumbnail, so it speaks for itself here. You could just look. There is a problem with women, okay, with women narcissists who will then turn to lesbianism to become even more fucking sadistic. Am I saying all lesbians are sadistic? No, but there is a problem within the gay community, specifically lesbians, violent lesbians, against children, against each other, against men. I mean, there's all different types of categories of what causes the fucking violence here. And you can look at the thumbnail and you can see who did what. And you can see who's carrying who. Trefla, the one who was married and I believe whose child it was, is staring intently at the fatter one, at the fatter, more disgusting, heinous one, and you can see who's pulling the fucking strings here, just by the picture on the goddamn thumbnail. We could talk about all types of things, but I don't want to get into like that in depth, like say this is because they're lesbians. It's not because they're lesbian. It's something that's led up to this type of sadism that is prevalent, that is a certain segment of the lesbian community. I'm not saying it's all lesbians or all gays, but certain segments of every community that have narcissism are going to do these fucking things. My problem more lies within the failures of fucking government and the failures of this government agency that's supposed to be protecting children, that once again did it and gets off the hook with some bullshit statement of, oh, this is an example. A 2-year-old had to die. Who's going to fucking jail? Who is the crown fucking prosecuting over there to make sure this never happens again? Nobody. It never happens. You get these bullshit statements that go nowhere. They might fire somebody here and fire somebody there, okay, and say, oh, we're in a state of flux and a state of change. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. As much as narcissism killed this boy because of the narcissism of the two mothers, or whatever the hell you want to call them, that's not where I lay the blame. Because this kid could have been saved long ago. Especially since there's other fucking kids in these two monsters' care that they were abusing too. And are you telling me that CPS, or whatever you guys call it over in Scotland under the crown there, that's the best you can do? Come on. Come on. This makes me so goddamn angry. There's something wrong with these two women, clearly. Clearly they're narcissistic. Clearly they're sadistic. Clearly they hate men and boys. That's why they did it. And you notice in this story, no mention of what they were sentenced to, how long they got. And I looked and I can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it anywhere, what they were sentenced to. So I'm wondering, okay, a man charged with killing their own child in the same way, and two females charged. I wonder what the man got sentenced to, and I wonder what these two got sentenced to. Especially since the state is involved, since they knew about it and did nothing. So they're going to under-sentence them. They're going to try to hide the facts of what happened here to protect their own asses. The state should have been prosecuted. Whoever was responsible over there in their child protective services should have been prosecuted too. Because it was their job to stop this. And they knew about it. Not only did they let one kid get abused, they let two other kids get abused. And one of them was told that he murdered the child and was made to believe it. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous story. But thank you for sending it to me. You hear all the statements from the police officials, from the government officials, the state officials, whatever you guys call it under there, under the crown. All blame shifting, all pushing this way, pushing that way. Where were you guys? Nowhere to be found. It's criminally negligent homicide at the very least. At the very, very least. 30 injuries. Can you die from a broken hip? That's sadistic when you know a 2-year-old has a broken, you're going to let him suffer and give him painkiller. Crown is disgusting. No offense if you live over there, but the Crown is disgusting, and I'm glad we rebelled against it. Not that our child protection agencies are any better, but Jesus Christ, man. No responsibility for anything. Horrendous. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for sending me this story. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody watching. Please leave any comments or opinions in the comment section below. And if you have a story, a topic, or want your story read on the channel, or you just want to make a contribution and see the channel grow, you know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again shortly.